Beneath the surface of Indonesia's tourist trails lies a world that few have witnessed, a realm where ancient spirits dance through morning mist and forgotten kingdoms whisper their secrets to the wind. This is not the Indonesia of guidebooks and Instagram feeds, but a land where 17,508 islands hold stories older than memory itself. Here, in the world's largest archipelago, cultures have evolved in isolation for millennia, creating pockets of wonder that remain untouched by the modern world. From the volcanic heart of Java to the coral gardens of Raja Ampat, from the megalithic mysteries of Sumba to the floating villages of Kalimantan, Indonesia harbors secrets that challenge everything we think we know about Southeast Asian civilization. Long before Europeans set foot in these waters, mighty empires rose and fell across the Indonesian archipelago, leaving behind architectural marvels that rival the pyramids of Egypt. The Majapahit Empire, which flourished from 1293 to 1527 CE, controlled trade routes that stretched from Madagascar to the Philippines. But it's the hidden temple of Candi Suku in central Java that reveals Indonesia's most intriguing secrets. Built in the 15th century, this enigmatic pyramid bears an uncanny resemblance to Mayan architecture, sparking theories about ancient trans-Pacific connections that mainstream archaeology refuses to acknowledge. In the remote highlands of central Sulawesi lies the Bada Valley, home to over 400 megalithic statues called arca. These mysterious figures, some reaching 4 meters in height, were carved between 1000 to 1300 CE by an unknown civilization that vanished without leaving written records. The Srivijaya Empire, based in present-day Palembang, controlled the Strait of Malacca from the 7th to the 13th centuries, becoming one of history's greatest maritime powers. Recent underwater discoveries have revealed a vast network of ancient harbors and trading posts that connected China to India, making Srivijaya the Silicon Valley of medieval Asia. In the mountains of North Sumatra, the Batak people maintained spiritual practices that predate the arrival of Islam and Christianity by centuries. Their shamans, known as Datu, still perform healing ceremonies using a combination of herbal medicine and ancestral communication. The art of ulos, weaving among the Batak, represents more than mere textile production. It's a sacred act that connects the living with their ancestors. Each pattern tells a story, and certain designs can only be worn during specific life ceremonies, from birth to death. On the island of Flores, the Ngada people continue to practice Baga ceremonies, where entire villages unite in elaborate rituals that can last for months. These ceremonies involve the construction of massive stone monuments called Ngadu, which serve as spiritual meeting points between the physical and supernatural worlds. The Torajan death rituals of South Sulawesi represent perhaps Indonesia's most complex cultural tradition. Bodies are preserved for months or even years while families prepare elaborate funeral ceremonies that can cost more than a house. The famous Tau Tau wooden effigies, placed in cliff-face galleries, serve as eternal guardians watching over the valley below. Raja Ampat, literally meaning "for kings," sits at the epicenter of marine biodiversity on our planet. These remote islands in West Papua harbor 75% of all known coral species and 1,500 species of fish. But the real magic happens beneath the surface, where ancient coral gardens create underwater cathedrals that have remained unchanged for millennia. Here, scientists recently discovered the walking shark, a species that uses its fins to walk along the ocean floor, a living link to our evolutionary past that exists nowhere else on Earth. Mount Kelimutu in Flores defies geological explanation with its 3 crater lakes that change colors seemingly at random. Local legend speaks of spirits that inhabit each lake, but scientists remain baffled by the chemical processes that create these supernatural hues. The jungles of Sumatra hide the world's largest flower, Rafflesia arnoldii, which can grow up to 3 feet across and weigh 15 pounds. This parasitic bloom emits the scent of rotting flesh to attract carrion flies, earning it the nickname corpse flower. These same forests serve as the final refuge for the critically endangered Sumatran orangutan, with fewer than 14,000 individuals remaining in the wild. Their complex social behaviors and tool use suggest an intelligence that mirrors our own evolutionary journey. On the remote Mentawai Islands off Sumatra's coast, the indigenous people maintain one of the world's oldest continuous cultures. Their practice of Arat Sabulungan involves daily communication with forest spirits through elaborate tattoo rituals that can take decades to complete. Each tattoo tells a story of spiritual achievement, and the geometric patterns serve as a map of the individual's journey through life and death. In the heart of Borneo, Dayak communities practice Tiwa, a secondary burial ceremony where bones of the deceased are exhumed, cleaned, and reburied in elaborate mausoleums called sandang. This practice, which can cost a family their entire savings, represents the ultimate act of respect for ancestors and ensures the spirit's journey to the afterlife. The island of Sumba hosts the ancient Parola ritual, a mock battle on horseback that serves as both entertainment and spiritual necessity. According to local belief, the blood spilled during these contests fertilizes the earth and ensures a successful harvest. The megalithic culture of Sumba continues to this day, with families still constructing massive stone tombs that require the coordinated effort of entire villages to complete. These monuments, some weighing over 30 tons, are dragged from quarries using only ropes and human power. The Bojui people of West Java have voluntarily isolated themselves from the modern world for over 500 years, creating a living museum of pre-Islamic Sundanese culture. Their inner Bojui communities forbid any contact with modern technology, including medicine, education, and even metal tools. In the remote swamps of Papua, the Asmat people continue their ancestral practice of head hunting, though today they hunt heads symbolically through elaborate wood-carving ceremonies. Their bis poles, towering wooden sculptures that can reach 20 feet in height, serve as spiritual bridges between the living and the dead. The Asmat belief system revolves around the concept that all death is caused by enemies, and elaborate revenge ceremonies must be performed to restore cosmic balance. Perhaps the most isolated people in Indonesia are the Korowai of Papua, who live in tree houses up to 140 feet above the jungle floor. Until the 1970s, they had no contact with the outside world and believed themselves to be the only people on Earth. As our journey through Indonesia's hidden worlds draws to a close, we're left with the profound realization that this archipelago represents far more than a tourist destination. It's a living laboratory of human diversity and natural wonder. In an age where globalization threatens to homogenize human culture, Indonesia's remote communities serve as guardians of knowledge systems that stretch back millennia. The shamans of Sumatra, the navigators of Sulawesi, the metalworkers of Java, each community possesses secrets that could revolutionize our understanding of sustainable living, traditional medicine, and harmonious relationships with nature. But these treasures face unprecedented threats. Climate change, deforestation, and cultural assimilation challenge the very existence of these hidden worlds. Yet hope remains. Across the archipelago, young Indonesians are rediscovering their heritage, learning traditional skills, and finding ways to preserve ancient wisdom in modern contexts. The true magic of Indonesia lies not just in its hidden places, but in its people's remarkable ability to adapt while maintaining their essential character. As we've discovered, Indonesia is not one country but thousands of worlds, each with its own language, customs, and relationship with the sacred. In these hidden corners of the archipelago, we find not just exotic destinations, but mirrors that reflect our own human potential, reminders that paradise is not a place to be found, but a way of being to be remembered. The secrets of Indonesia teach us that true wealth lies not in what we possess, but in how deeply we connect with our ancestors, our community, and the living world that sustains us all.